welcome back.
NicknLex here.
Hey everyone.
How's it going, guys? So tonight we're gonna react to a sponsored marathon by AJ Progman 457.
Yes.
And what are we gonna react to today?
So today, this marathon is composed of 4 tracks by the band Amon the second. Now I don't know if I'm saying the duel correctly because it's got the
the umlauts.
Yeah.
DÜÜL.
DÜÜL. 2, and they are a German band. And he said that he loves this band and had wanted to show us. So most songs are going to be from the album Yeti from 1970, but one of the tracks we're going to their album Utopia from 73 and then back to Yeti. So it's a little bit out there because we have to go to YouTube for one of the tracks, and
It's okay.
you know, but thank you so much to AJ Progman 457 for your patience and for your support of the channel. I'm very excited because I really don't know what to expect, and yeah.
Yeti, I know Yeti. So well, let's dive in.
Yes.
I'm sure, I mean, by the name of your username Progman, I'm sure it's progressive rock,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I can't wait. Maybe it's instrumental, maybe it's it has vocals.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Thank you so much for being here. You know what to do. If you're new to the channel, if you enjoy our program, Progman program, you know what to do. So
Yes.
Thanks so much. Let's go.
This is going to be the song Cerebrus from the album Yeti.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeti Lee. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. it gonna bleed over?
No.
All right. So that
Yeah.
was very interesting. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? What did you think?
I really liked it. It felt like a drum circle kind of feel to me. Like I felt like everyone was just jamming out, and because of the vampiness of it, it felt like I was just there experiencing it, you know, like I could picture myself. And it was a lot of fun. It was great that it was instrumental, you know, like we said at the beginning, we didn't know what to expect, and we'll be getting a feel for the band as we'll be listening to a large part of the album today. So I don't know if it's all instrumental, but I really, really enjoyed it. I loved.
Yeah. I liked that it had a little bit of a Middle Eastern vibe. Maybe not Middle East, but definitely in that direction.
Yes.
You know, scale wise, like I could hear like Arabic scale. Like licks, like not exactly, but it was just more like Alexa was mentioning, like a vamp, like just one chord, but with a riff.
And everything was acoustic.
And then the flanger. Is it called flanger or flanger?
I don't remember.
Oh man. Well, you know what I mean. It's an effect on the guitar that does like this. Yeah, very cool. Do you think this is prog or like psychedelic?
I think it could be like a combination of both.
Yeah.
I loved like all the percussive like things going on.
It was almost like the guy was like.
Yes, exactly. And then a lot of like tambourines and different things like that. So it was really, really great. I'm happy that you liked it. I'm happy with that track. I'm happy that we're going to do, you know, like more from this album. So the next song is in fact the next song of the album. So yeah, it's called The Return of Ruebezahl. The Return of Ruebenzahl. So that's the next song of the album. And then after that, we're going to be moving on to a different track from a different album that could only be found on YouTube. It's not on Spotify.
So if it's a bit lower, we apologize, you know. Okay. That happens sometimes. But here we go with Ruebezahl.
Yeah.
There you go. Definitely got a theme going on there.
Yes.
That's desert.
Yeah.
Egyptian, you know, I could see the pyramids.
For sure.
I could see the Fata Morgana in the distance. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I definitely did feel that as well. Also,
but you were even like doing that. Yes. Yeah, totally. I mean, you get that vibe. It's just the scales that are so culturally engraved in that. Yeah. Yes, that music is so, when you hear, you immediately are in like somewhere in, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, in the desert somewhere. Awesome, really cool concept so far, because they kept it within the, maybe Yeti means something, we should check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed in that one, like how the bass was so strong there. Also, like a definitely like outdoorsy kind of feel, you know. So that was a great one. Thank you so much to AJ Progman 457 for this sponsored request. Now we're going to move on to a track from a different album called Utopia, 1973, so 3 years after. And this is the song Jazz
Kiste.
Kiste.
Which is box. Kiste means box, so jazz box. This first album we were doing is from the 1970. Exactly. This is 73. Here we go with Yatzek. No, Kiste, I'm sorry. Jesus. Amon Gul. The trumpet. I can definitely smell the incense in that studio. Like the vibe that there was going on is very, very psychedelic. Yeah. They're all stoned out of their minds. I mean, I like it. It's very like unconventional.
Yes,
you know, it sounds very out there. Yeah. It doesn't sound like jazz at all. It's just more like another vamp with some. The wah was very nice. Yes. I mean, it's like talking. It's like
yes. Is that like a talk box?
No, it's a crybaby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a crybaby, and then the bass line is really cool.
Boom.
And then I love that the drums are only on the right side of the headphones or the speakers. They're split, and you hear like this. So it's very improvised. I think. I mean, it is jazz in the form that it's improvised music,
right? And that it's out of the box and out of the time.
But it doesn't have the conventional standard jazz chords. You know? But that doesn't matter. It's still, I guess it's jazz. Actually, there's a cool line. Did you remember a movie called 1900?
Oh, very long
If you
ago.
can't, he has a line that says, if you don't know what it is, it's jazz. Yes, that's a really cool line. And that's really true, you know.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Loving it.
Yatzek, Steve, bye. Very good, very different. Wow, very, very. It was just like literally cut off there. That we didn't want to, a commercial playing, so I had to cut it off. But what do you think?
I enjoyed it because it was so different. It was felt very raw. It felt
very improvised, completely
absolutely improvised. Everyone in the studio just like jamming, having fun, like you said, super high, and just enjoying the sounds that their instruments were making together.
I love it. I love how the guitar sometimes even I was mistaking it for a trumpet for a second.
Yeah.
I'm sure you won't see any other Amon DÜÜL 2 reactions on the internet, because I mean it is kind of hard to react, but it's also very cool to react because
it's just meant for you to just
since it is so out there, a lot of people wouldn't know what to do with it, but we kind of like have grown like the callus, I guess, to kind of like handle that kind of music. It's really cool. I mean, if you listen to prog or psychedelic music, it even reminded me sometimes a little of the little I've heard of Frank Zappa, that kind of, although Frank Zappa is a little bit more melodic, but it was not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It was just, I can just see people not understanding this music.
Or just saying like, oh, it was too much. But we're able to just kind of like sit back and take it for what it is and say, it wasn't meant to be a radio hit. Obviously, it wasn't meant to be popular. It was just meant to get it out there. And
which is cool.
It is. It's wonderful. I really enjoyed it. And now we're going to take a little break because after this, we're going to do a song that's about 13 minutes long.
Right.
So just to take a little break before that, because AJ did mention that he would prefer that song to not be split up.
Interrupted.
Yeah. So
it's a suite of
exactly. It's a suite.
parts.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. So he said
So-
it's all best to be played in one part. So just to prepare for that, just to take a little break and stretch, we will be right back.
Alrighty then, we're back, and so now we have the longer song. What's the name of the song?
It's called Soap Shop Rock, and we're going back to the album Yeti from 1970. Very excited about this, and we'll try as much as we can to
Not interrupt.
not interrupt.
But we will. Just, when something cool happens, how long is it? 12 minutes?
13:48.
Yeah, so just, we don't want to kill the vibe, but if something cool happens, we do want to give commentary. It is a reaction video.
Yeah.
So I do want to react.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
So let's get started. Thank you so much to AJ Progman 457. This has been a great journey thus far.
Thank you. Here we go. Okay, so I couldn't resist myself. I usually do this like halfway through. But so yeah, they're psychedelic progressive rock from Munich, from my hometown. I had no idea. And they're basically, what it says on Wikipedia is that they're the pioneers of, that scene, the Krautrock.
Okay.
Krautrock. They call it Krautrock when it's from Germany because people over there eat sauerkraut and
yeah.
But it's just like,
But it's really great because we haven't announced it yet, but here it goes. Once in exactly about a month, we'll be going to Munich.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're very excited because it'll be my first time. That's where Nick is from. And even though we've been together for so long, we've never been in a position where we've been able to go.
We've worked the entire time we've been together. And this is going to be literally our first vacation ever.
Our first, big official
as a married couple
vacation without being like, oh, we're gonna go see my dad, or we're gonna go see my mom, or your mom, or emergency.
No, this is like literally she's gonna see where I was born, rechts der Isar. Literally in that hospital, it's called rechts der Isar. We're gonna go everywhere to the English Garden, Deutsches Museum, Waldrudering. That's my area where I used to live, and it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
it's gonna show her all that. We're gonna see Tobias, my best friends that I know since kindergarten. He's super excited. Yes. We haven't seen each other forever. It's amazing.
Yeah, we're very, very excited. So this is cool because we do get to hear some sound that was a part of. I was reading a little bit on the Wikipedia. Like an art commune that would get together in some part of Munich, and
maybe my dad knew them.
Yeah,
my dad was very involved in the music industry in the 70s, like with Donna Summer, and which is not progressive rock, but he also had Pink Floyd in his at his nightclub, the Stones, Adriano Celentano, Run DMC, Milli Vanilli. Oh my God, the list goes on.
Yeah, he was a big.
He was the place. If you were in Munich in the 70s, the East Side. That's the place. If you were there in the 70s, that was my dad's. So there you go.
And it's funny because we did have someone comment and say, I remember going there. I remember the doorman.
Yeah, and then we asked my mom. Oh my God, because we were like, he's just making it up. And then he said the name of the door guy. And then I asked my mom, who was the guy at the door during this year? And she literally said the name.
Yeah, I can't remember it now, but it was
an Italian guy, right?
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway.
But great music. I love the first part. Again, very
jammy and improvised. Yeah. The vocals were very interesting. And I liked the mix of like the female voice and the male.
Me too.
Very cool sounding, but definitely, very like improvised. And then I believe it now changed to like another section because you could hear a little break there.
That's why I paused, because it was kind of like.
Yeah, and this feels very Zeppelin-y, this kind of section, like with the drums, just a little bit more just like composed, I guess,
more thought out.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
okay, let's go back.
Yeah, sorry for our big sidetrack.
We literally did the announcement when
I know, but just because I got
don't
excited.
Interrupt. But that's how it goes.
I got excited about Munich and seeing that. So okay.
All right, let's go.
Smoke coming out of their eyes. Insanity tigers are licking his hands. A short romance, a vaporized dance.
yes, she was the one. Who a famous baby's one. They even point at the chimney. Down there in the gloomy room, black window crosses growing soon. And along happy, they brought the orphan to try. And their eyes saw her dirty underwear, coating the face from her smile. Her lungs run into fire, but they are human. The ground is lying much higher.
Okay, I do have to interrupt. So it's I don't know. I sometimes I don't know if bands, because it's very like, I feel that it's not harmonic at all.
It's
like,
dissonant.
it's dissonant, but I don't know if they're doing it on purpose to be
Out there.
on purpose, or if it's just being creative,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I think it's like
the
it
singing.
was a time of doing something that sounded
Different.
different and cool while under the influence, I think. So
yeah.
it's you can tell that it is being purposefully made that way, because the violin, it's all made to sound very eerie and kind of like
Well, the violin is only like the only thing that's actually harmonically.
but because it's harmonic and nothing else, it's
Because the
like,
singing is like, it's almost like hearing somebody like in pain, like literally. And I'm not trying to
No,
be an
I know,
asshole
I
here,
know, I know.
but it's just like not pleasant to the
Yeah.
ear. And they're from my hometown, you know. I
Yeah.
should be praising them, but I'm not gonna praise something that I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
I cannot enjoy.
there was a little operatic section there. What did
Yeah,
you
the
think of
little
that?
40 seconds. I think that was really cool, but it
Yeah.
was more like fun, poking fun a little bit. But I think they're just doing it for the purpose of being different for the time. So I do get what they're trying to do. It's just not like pleasing to me, but that's
Yeah.
just me. Maybe you're loving it, maybe
Yeah.
you're like tripping, but I'm just like, I have to be honest, if I don't like something,
Yeah.
that I'm very, very honest with music. And as
This
somebody,
is just something that doesn't
I like the drumming.
call out to you, doesn't poke
Like
the right.
I don't know if I could listen to this again,
Yeah.
And that's like, it's harsh, but it's just like what I feel, and I like to be honest. I'm always honest with music.
Yeah.
But it's just like it doesn't make me want to grab the guitar, because there's nothing musically that makes me like inspires me. It's more like it's dragging, and I don't know, maybe they change, but I don't think there's anything changes coming. It's just like,
I can see where you're coming from with that.
it's a bummer, it's a bummer, because I would like to like it, but I have to be honest.
Yeah.
And
That's good.
So how do you feel now that we've stopped?
I mean, I see where you're coming from, because it has that intention, but I'm just taking it for what it is. As far as like loving it or suggesting it to someone or adding it to my daily playlist, I'm probably not gonna do so.
Yeah.
But I can see.
I mean, look, musically speaking, I can see the intention, and I respect their musical talents. But I think listening to the drummer and listening to the guitar player and what they can do, I think what's being put on display is just like, okay, let's just get really high and let's just play some shit, you know? And like, that's what I feel, you know? I think this band could be really good. That's why I looked up if they had more albums. And I would love to hear if they got, you know, something more creative.
Yes.
You know, because this is like anybody can play this, you know? Maybe the drummer, the drummer is very complex stuff. And then I've heard some nice licks from the bass, and I heard some nice stuff from the guitar. So it's not like anybody can go into the studio and record this, but just the quality and just the message is like, it's not fulfilling me.
It's not coming through.
Yeah. But it's just my opinion. Maybe somebody else is like, this is like the best shit I've ever heard. It's super psychedelic. I love it. But, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe I lack the, you know, the substances that I need to require to fully enjoy this to the fullest. So, but yeah, I like to be honest. So
it's good to be honest. Let's keep going and see what else the song has.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh my God. I almost
push the play button.
I almost ruined it. That's nice.
And there is the mechanical heart of the God is always repeating the same. She started, yes, she was the one.
That's nice.
Who made the monk at a dream? From across the sea.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. Well, I mean, what I'm talking about at the end, that was a nice riff. That was an interesting theme. I just think this album is more like, and like I said, I can appreciate art, right? So I can listen to every music and take out the good stuff. But it's just like,
it's very experimental.
I can't say I'm not ready because I've heard weirder stuff, It's just like, I just don't understand the concept, but maybe I'm not supposed to. Maybe not everything has to be perfect. And sometimes you just have to enjoy whatever they play because it's their canvas and they record whatever they think they like. So
released it and published it exactly how they thought it was perfect.
Exactly. So who am I to criticize that? But just personally,
is AJ Progman's favorite album of theirs.
Oh,
so
well, there you go. See, so everybody,
not everything is for everyone, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's why I just wanted to make that clear. That just because I didn't enjoy it, somebody else maybe listens to this every day, and it's the best piece of music.
Exactly.
So, but just personally, I didn't really enjoy it that much. There were a lot of good stuff, a lot of good parts here and there. But there were a lot of questionable choices that I just wouldn't do as a musician. Yes, exactly. But who am I to say that? Because my musical education is maybe completely different. And so I just think of music a little bit differently, but that's it. But overall, it was enjoyable, I don't want to shit on it entirely, but just I think I enjoyed the second song, the jazz one. That one was fun. That was a lot of fun. The first two as well, but this last one, this was more like an opus, like a suite. Was it, I guess, a little bit too much out there? Maybe I'm just not ready. I have to listen to more, psychedelic stuff. But
well, for me, I enjoyed it for what it is. I can see that it was of the time, when everything was psychedelic oriented, and can see it that way. I would, however, be surprised if all of their albums were like this, because as a fan of theirs, I would want to see some structure at some point, so I don't know that all of their albums are like this or not, but I guess what I'm saying is I would get tired of this
if everything was like
that, if we would listen to the full album of Yeti and all of the songs would be,
well, that's what I was like. At first I was very intrigued, but then after 15 minutes of just weird voices and weird chords and repetition and just dissonance, then after a while my brain just is okay, I guess I'm ready for it to go into a rhythm now, I don't know, there's some we love Pink Floyd and their early stuff is weird.
It is,
but then again it does have some structure, and I think that's what I was kind of lacking. But I mean, again, for the fourth time, who am I to criticize?
I don't think you have to be so apologetic or so.
No, I mean, because I am giving. I'm. It's rare for me to dislike something, because most of the stuff that gets sent to us is usually very fucking good.
Yes.
So I am kind of being harsh on it, but I'm also being
but it's
do understand the intention behind the music, but I can't. I just have to be honest that I didn't like it.
And I think everyone would understand that and even appreciate that not everything that is sent to us or sponsored needs to be loved. Obviously people send it with the intention of us discovering new music,
and that's
knowing that not every single piece of music is for every single person out there. So with that in mind, we would love to hear from you guys what you thought of this. Section. If this was if first of all, if you knew of them, if you didn't, and as a prog lover that you probably are because you're on this channel and we do a lot of it, let us know what you think. Did you share any thoughts with Nick? You know,
Were you
would
more
you
with
listen
Alexia?
to this again? Were you more with AJ, who has this as his favorite album of theirs? Let us know. Create that conversation that we love so much. Give this video a like. Share it if you think you know someone who would enjoy this. Subscribe because we'd love to see you all in the next one.
Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Bye.